Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the weekend banger. It's time for the weekend banger, y'all. That's a lock. It's time for the weekend banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out here working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out here with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the mornings, man. I promise y'all, there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, man. And that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. I don't ask for much. I just don't want you to go to jail. I don't want you to leave your family. I'm gonna keep telling y'all this every video. I don't want y'all to go through the things I went through. Fellas that have already been in there, I don't want y'all to go back. And I'm never going back. And I want y'all to have the same mindset, man, because going back is a no-go, man. You can be working any dead-end job right now. I don't care if you're sweeping floors somewhere, man. It's better than sweeping floors in prison, being away from your family, man. So if you out here breaking the law, running around, acting crazy, man, stop it right now. Just think about the people that you're going to hurt in the process when you get arrested, man. And you are going to get arrested. So just think about that, y'all, and just stay out the way, man. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the weekend banger gang. So right now, I'll do this one. Like, subscribe, skip. Let's go. But it's time for business. Time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called He Wouldn't Listen. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation. When we are aware, people, we are in penitentiary, man. And crazy things happen all the time, man. I'm telling y'all, man. It's just some people in there, man, they just think they know everything, man. I'm telling y'all, like, you'll be the ones, y'all say, I never saved nobody, I never do this, man. It wasn't my job to save nobody in there, man. But I do give guys warnings. I do tell people what's going on without stepping on other people's toes, man. I do that from time to time. And that's something that you don't even really supposed to do in there, man. If I know you or I rock with you, I'm definitely going to warn you about the dangers that you're getting yourself into, man. You know, but it's up to you if you want to listen to it, man. But you have so many people in there that don't want to hear what you got to say. They don't care what you got to say because they think they know everything, y'all. So with that being said, though, we are on Lawrenceville for this, y'all. We on Lawrenceville. And we in 40 building for this one, y'all. And this was crazy because this is around the time when I first got to Lawrenceville. So, like, you know, me being fairly new in Lawrenceville, if you rewind the tape back all the way to the video where I first got to Lawrenceville, man, y'all already know when I first got there, man, they moved me to a building that had all the members in it, man. The red team, blue team, the GD team, everything was in there, man. Everything was in 40 building when I first got there. Now, when I first got there, it was like, I already knew kind of like a lot of people that was already banging. You know what I mean? I already knew a lot of people that was rocking the red, rocking the blue. I had new dudes that was in there from the town where I'm from, Norfolk, whatever the case. I had new people, and I knew people from Sussex. So it was like, this wasn't like nothing new to me. Like it didn't scare me to go around all these people because it's like, I feel like I'm a great mingler anyway. So it was like, it was something that I just was, you know, I had to deal with. But my man was in the block, so I used to rock with my man. But when I first moved in there, fast forwarding real fast, y'all already know I was in the cell with the leader of the red team that was in that building. Now, I didn't stay in there long, and once I got about his cell and I moved to another cell, that's when I finally started bidding and kind of like trying to, like, you know what I mean, to see what Lawrenceville is really about. Now, I didn't really stay too long in this pod, but while I was in there, man, it was a lot of crazy things going on just on the strength that it was a lot of members running around. Now, there was members everywhere, man. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, the whole building was infested with members. I'm telling you, man, it was in there super deep, man. So, like, for the most part, around this time, man, I'm minding my business and I'm just chilling, man. I'm enjoying being on a level 3. Now, like I say, I know so many dudes that was coming up there. I had no dudes that was up there. It was like, I wasn't even really new. I was just new to what was going on. But as far as doing a bid, that wasn't nothing new to me, man. So, like, seeing people and like knowing people, that was easy. That was the easy part of getting to Lawrenceville. But like, you know, once you get situated into your bed, like now you just want to chill. You don't care about who you see, who you know. None of that really matters. Like I'm bitten now because now I'm in a block where I see where the doors are always open. We got rec, we got outside rec, beautiful ladies everywhere, la everywhere. So it's a beautiful situation. So I'm chilling, even though I'm around all this madness. So with all this madness going on, man, like when I was in the room with my celly, like I ain't gonna lie, like he was one of the red team members that kind of like recruited dudes in that kind of like used to get the pack. You know, like if you can get the pack, he will recruit you in. You know what I mean? Like I seen him do it. Like when I moved in the cell, I guess he thought he was gonna recruit me. Go run that story back. I thought he was gonna recruit me. He thought he was gonna recruit me, but no, I'm not getting recruited by nobody, man. Like at that time, I'm 26. It's too late for me to join. I mean, people probably join at their age, but I felt like that was too late for me to join. I was already around it for years on Sisters too. So I didn't join then. There's no need for me to join now just because I'm in the room with you. I looked at bro like, okay, you a leader, but what else do you have to offer? You don't have nothing else to offer except you done brought dudes home that get the package. When those dudes get something happen to those dudes, what you gonna be then? Nothing. And that's just how it was for him. And I don't mean to talk like that about him, but like, that's the reality of it, man, because I seen him recruit dudes in, and I seen those dudes go to the Bing, then I seen my roommate go right back to being a normal red team member, like, and that's just the perks of not having your own motion, you know what I mean? Like, you can rely on other people's motion, but it's good to have your own motion, man, but he didn't, and I respect what he, you know, like, at the end of the day, I didn't really respect what he did, but I understood what he was doing. You know, like, bro like to get money. Bro was from out of town. So, like, you know, he definitely recruiting Virginia dudes that get to the bag on his team. I ain't knocking them, you know what I mean? If you crazy enough to do that, then that's on you. So, like, I seen my roommate do this. Like, you know what I mean? This wasn't nothing like it was bad. Like, I'm looking at it like, yo, he ain't nothing. Nah, like, bro trying to win. But that was the motto, though. Like, they knew what Lawrenceville had to offer. So, these dudes that was the top leaders and all this, they had the spot. But they didn't have no knot. They didn't have no money in their pocket. They didn't have nothing like that. All those dudes that was the leaders. Unless they ran across somebody that was on their squad that was getting to the bag. You know what I mean? A lot of them was like that. It's sad, but that's how a lot of them was, man. So, like, that what was going on up there, man. Like, that was a no-brainer to see that, you know, like, yo, he just came home. Or word, he brought the red team down. Oh, bro, we getting the pack. Like, you will see that. I'm telling you, man, you will see it. So I saw that going on while I was up there, man. That was nothing new. So, like I say, it was so many people coming in, leaving. I was seeing all type of people, meeting all type of people, man. So it was this one dude that I had knew from Sussex 2. Now, I had knew him from Sussex 2. And when he was on Sussex 2, that's all he used to want to do was just play basketball. This is when he first got up there. He used to ball. That was his whole model. He used to love to play basketball. All he used to do was hoop all day. You know what I mean? Just do this. He went from hooping all day to then he started rapping. He used to rap and hoop. He used to do both. And then I guess because the basketball got a little physical for him, man, he kind of quit the basketball. So after bro quit the basketball, like bro started getting to the money. Like this was out of nowhere. And I ain't gonna lie, like bro started like not like he was superly overly winning like that, nah, but like bro started getting to that money. Like bro started getting to the money and bro would go to the VI and get his package. You know what I mean? Like I seen that he was one of those type of young boys. Now we gonna call this dude right here, we gonna call him Lil Jimmy, man. You know what I mean? Now Lil Jimmy wasn't from Tidewater or he wasn't from Richmond. He wasn't from none of those areas, but he was from one of the little cities on the outskirts, you know what I mean? One of the towns or whatever the case. But, you know, it was people up there that he knew. It wasn't like his town was like a little itsy bitsy town. Like his town was a town, but it still had dudes locked up, especially on Sussex 2 and on Lawrenceville. So like when I was with him on Sussex 2, like when I seen him transition over to get the pack, I ended up spending some money with him before. And then I brought him somebody that was spending some money. Then once I did that, that's how me and him kind of got cool. Because we never was in the same part. I was in 2C, he was in 2D. So like he was in the part with somebody I knew. He was in the part with Rudy and them, you know what I mean? We was next door. So I would go holler at him or I'll facilitate through Rudy, make a play with him. And the young boy was cool. He used to rock Rudy and them and everything. Like he was a cool young boy, man. Jimmy was cool. I ain't gonna lie. He was a little younger than me, but still though, he was a cool young boy, man. But it was just sometimes like, you know, being in the jungle like Sussex 2, man, like, you know, like if you're not somebody that's gonna really like try to protect what's yours, man, like, you know, it can be bad things that happen, man. And I can remember one day, man, they had said, man, somebody tried to rob Lil Jimmy, man. Now, Lil Jimmy fought. But they said dude straight ripped his pocket. They say dude ripped his pants pocket, man. Like you know how somebody have something in they pocket? Man, this is my word. Like, you know, we got the bootleg jeans. Our jeans didn't have like the little regular pockets, like how you can just forward your joints. No, our pockets was on the side, even though we had jeans. Man, they said the old head dude from Richmond ripped his whole pocket, man. Say he ripped his whole pocket off, man, on some psycho, on some psycho lunatic stuff. Now I didn't see this. This was just the word that I heard, you know what I mean? Rudy had told me, he was like, yo, man ripped his whole pocket. He was like, man, the man ripped his whole pocket, Weezy, man, took the pack. I was like, it took the pack. He was like, man, he took some of it. He was like, bro, when he ripped his pocket, he was like, bro, grab it. And he said the dude kind of grabbed most of it. You know what I mean? He lost some of it, but he was like, he still took it. So he was like, little Jimmy ain't really know what to do because, you know, dude was bigger than him. Dude had a lot of dudes from Richmond holding him down. He said he ain't know what to do. So he was like, he told Jimmy, like, yo, I'm going to hold you down, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't going to let nobody do nothing, you know, because Rudy Jai used to deal with him. So when all of that happened, the beef had got squashed. But I remember that incident, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, if you're surrounded by all these maniacs, man, like, I don't even call people wolves, man. In prison, they're maniacs. Like, when you're surrounded by all these maniacs, man, like, it's just a matter of time before they want what's yours, man. So, boom. So little Jimmy already had something like that in his jacket as far as being somebody that somebody already tried to rob. But at least he didn't, you know, he didn't really go for it. He didn't fight or he didn't go after the dude afterwards. Dude took his pack. He just kind of like charged it to the game on some like he can get it, you know what I mean? He can get it. So, you know, like when people see that, like people see it and people won't forget. People won't forget that stuff like that happened, man. So fast forward to tape now. Now I haven't seen Jimmy. Once I left 2 building, I went to 4 building, then I went to 3D, then I went back to 4 building, then I went to 2 building again. So like I haven't seen him since I went back to 2 building. This was when I was in 2B downstairs. And he was upstairs still in 2D. But he ended up going to the hole. He was in the hole for a minute. So I haven't seen him in a minute. I haven't seen him in a minute because this is around the time for the next 2 years I was trying to get off Sussex 2. So now I'm on Lawrenceville. So now I'm in 40 building. I'm chilling. They got me in a pod with all the members and they end up bringing some more dudes in our block. Now, I'm telling you, like they had it set up where your age limit was where they was putting you at. Like when I first got on the compound, I told y'all this. The lady was like, how old are you? I was like 26. She was like, oh, you going to gangland. I'm like, gangland? I just left gangland. I ain't tripping on that. She was like, nah, they just did a big mass movement and they moved all the old heads. I'm like, old heads? She like, yeah, like, I mean, if you 30 and up, they was moving you to 60 building and they was moving all the young boys that was under 30 into 40 building. So I'm like, for real, man? She like, yeah. So I didn't really know what she meant by that. I mean, because, you know, I wasn't shook in it until we walked in the building and I seen the atmosphere. Then that's why I was like, oh. So they just moved everybody. Like I seen moves like this on Sussex when they did this. They did it to 3D, brought the members over there to red team. So I was like, man, but this was like at a large scale. So like it was people in and out that joint, man. It's always situations, it's always fights. It's always like it wasn't a lot of knife play up there. I ain't gonna lie. Like in the beginning, I didn't see nobody kind of using no weapon, but the red team always clashed with the blue team. The blue team would crash with the red team, or it might be some regular dudes, civilians clashing with the members. Like it was always fights going on in the joint. So like people were in and out the joint. So we kept space all the time, man. So I can remember being in my block. We had a cell. The first cell was open. Like as soon as you come in by the shower, it was a cell open. Like the whole jump was open because they got the rumbling. There was 2 dudes from Richmond in there, and they got the rumbling with the blue team. So that whole cell was open. So when they told us the new intakes was coming through, like I didn't know who they was gonna bring in. I really didn't care who they was gonna bring in. So I hear the people hit the noise. It was like, yo, hey, so some new intakes about to come in. So I go to the door. Everybody always go to the door to see who it is. Everybody looking. So as I'm looking, I see 4 dudes in the joint. You can tell by their outfits, they knew, you know what I mean? So I'm looking, I'm like, and I spot the little dude. I'm like, then he turned around and I saw his face. I was like, hey, Jimmy. He ain't even hear me. I went to the crack and I was like, yo, Jimmy. And he looked, I was like, I put my face back to the window. I was like, what's up, bro? He was like, oh, what's up, T-Weezy, man? What's good? I was like, yeah, what pod you going in? He was like, man, I'm going to y'all pod. I'm like, yeah, come in this joint, bro. He's like, what's up with that joint? He came to the door. He's like, what's up with that joint? He's like, this building crazy. I was like, yo, bro, this joint membered out, bro. Red team, blue team, and a new joint, man. Like the GDs went deep on Sussex 2. On this joint, man, they were like 60 strong on that joint, y'all. So boom, maybe more, man. Especially on the other side of the yard. It was, when I got moved to San Francisco, I saw all them, man, it was super deep over there. That's my word. So I'm telling bro from the door, he like, yeah, I ain't tripping. I'm about to come in. What's up with this part? I'm like, it's all good though. I said, bro, you might be coming in that cell. He was like, yeah. And they moving me and another dude in that cell. So I'm like, who? So I looked, it was another dude. But when I looked at the other dude was at the door kind of like, you know what I mean? He was like, yo, he was throwing it up. He was like, he talking to the pod that was across from us. He had the one, he like, yeah, throwing it up, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, dude, the red team. So they open the slide, and the slide open up. He was like, what's up, man? He dapped me. I'm like, what's up, bro, man? You know what I mean? He walked in with his cot. And as he walked to his cell, I see the red team member dude come in. So dude come in, he like, yo, all right. He's still talking to the red people. So he's still talking to the red team. So he, you know what I mean? He dipped. So he walking back to his cell. So he go in the cell right behind bro. So they in the joint. As he in the joint, I look. So red team members, they always come check to see who you is. if you repping that red, you know what I mean? But what I didn't know is that they already had a conversation with him through the window. I didn't go to lunch because they had some BS for lunch. So I told y'all when we go to lunch, you can talk to them from that window because they'll already be getting classified. And then while we going to lunch after 12 and all of that, they'll be like in the little medical joint getting their little medical stuff done, and they'll be able to come to their windows wherever they at getting their medical stuff done and see us going to child. So that's how dudes will find out who's banging, who's doing this and who's doing that, who's up here. So they already had knew to do. You know what I mean? So they get into the cell. All the red team members walk to the cell. Now this wasn't my old roommate red team. You know what I mean? Like it was like 3 different red teams. There was 3 different sets of red teams when I was in there. My roommate them had a team. The Richmond red team had a team, and it was like some Tidewater dudes had a team, man. And they all was different sets, but like were they cordial? I mean, semi cordial. Like, but at the end of the day, man, like everybody ain't gonna be able to get along, y'all. So boom. So I see them go to the cell, they talking to bro. So that's the only reason why I didn't even want to go over there and talk to little Jimmy, because I seen so many red team over there. So I'm talking to my homeboy Tyler's at the microwave, and me and him having a conversation. I'm telling him about the whole junk, and I'm like, yo, you don't remember dude on Sussers? Because Ty was on Sussers too. I'm like, you don't remember dude that was on Sussers? He like, I don't remember him, bro. I don't remember him, man. I don't remember that little dude. I'm like, yo, bro, he was up there, man. He used to rap, ball, all that. He was like, man, I don't remember him, bro. I was like, all right, bro. But look, I was like, look at that junk, bro. He already got red team members all in the city trying to make his bed up. So Ty was like, shh. Watch, I get it to the end of the month. I bet you he be a red team member. I'm like, man, that man ain't joining no red team. I said, man, that man is not joining no red team, bro. I was like, for real though, like he probably gonna try to move out the cell like I did. Y'all know I was in the cell with the maniac. Like I did. You know what I mean? Bro wasn't no maniac. It was just, you know, I didn't, it wasn't gonna work out in the cell together, man. I can't be in the cell with a leader, man. Like, you know, there's just too much stuff going on. You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, bro, he better do what I did. I'll let him know. Let him know what's good for he can understand. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, just holler at him. So after we chilled for a minute, waiting for bro to finally come out. So he was still making his bed. It's a million, well, not a million. It's like 5 or 6 red team members over there talking to his roommate. So he on the joint. So he finally squeezed out the joint. He was like, you know what I mean? So he seen, he was like, what's up? Hey, who in here from my city, bro? I was like, oh yeah. I was like, yo, look, dude right there, man. The dude Rollo, man, he from out your way, man. You know what I mean? We gonna call him Rollo. I was like, he from out your way. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah. So I was like, hey, Rollo. I called him. You know what I mean? So he could pull up. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, bro, we from out, you know what I mean? So they get to talking. So I'm like, yeah, bro. I was like, man, listen, bro. I said, man, bro, I was talking to Rollo. I was like, yo, look, they done moved bro in the cell. I said, they went to a whole brand new cell. I said, but it's selling the red team. Rollo was like, yeah, I know, man. He was like, yo, what you gonna stay in that jump? He was like, man, I'm good. I ain't, you know, like, I ain't tripping, man. I was like, no, bro, but like I'm telling you, you can get tired of having all those people at your door like that. You know what I mean? He was like, no, man. He was like, what's up with the VI though? I was like, yo, bro, listen, the VI is awesome. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, I haven't even went over there and done my thing. But just knowing the people that I knew that was going over there doing their thing, I was like, yo, bro, the VI is awesome, bro. I ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong. He was like, oh yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot there. Honestly, man, I just went for real. Man, I stayed charge free, man. I just started seeing everybody leave Sussers too easy. So like, man, I just felt like it was my time to lead, though, bro. So I'm like, yeah, no, bro. I was like, look, speaking of that, like, y'all trying to hit a feezy right quick? They were like, yeah. I was like, come on. So we went up the steps, went to my cell. You know what I mean? So we went to my cell. Me, him, and Rollo, we in the joint hitting the la-la. So as we in there talking, I was like, yo. I said, bro, look, I ain't even never asked you this, bro, because we never was in like a pod together. I said, bro, what happened with the dude on Sussers 2 that they said ripped your whole pocket off, bro? Like I really wanted to know what happened with that. I'm like, yo, bro, the man ripped your whole pocket. He was like, yo, Weezy, look. Man, dude was crazy, man. He was like, man, I'm on the phone, man. He was like, man, I just feel somebody brush me. He's like, I turn around. He grabbed me. He said, when he grabbed me, I grabbed him. So I dropped the phone. He said, man, we got each other like we jacking each other up. He said, man, this man bent. He said, this man went down and grabbed my pocket. He said, when I tried to snatch my leg away, he said, man, that man ripped my whole pocket off. I said, man, he ripped your whole pocket off. He said, bro, he ripped my whole pocket off, bro. He said, my phone book fell. He said, the sack fell. He said, but I caught it. He said, when I caught it, dude still grabbed it and it ripped. And he took some of the spoons he had bagged up. You know what I mean? So he was like, man, to be honest with you though, Weezy, like, I just ain't really want to, you know, I ain't want to go at it with that dude, man. He was like, man, you know, they say dude play with them joints, man. And like, I just know, I know I'm gonna run across problems though, Weezy, man, but I gotta be smart about problems though, bro. I ain't gonna make it home. Now, I semi felt where Lil Jimmy was coming from because he was right. He was right in the sense like, yo, like, even though you didn't get no get back, you know what I mean? You didn't do nothing. Like, you gotta still be careful about how you pick your battles because if you pick the wrong battle, being a little short dude like him, you know what I mean? It can be vital. Now, I'm not saying all short people, you're supposed to sleep on him, but this was one of those short dudes that didn't want no problems. You know what I mean? He just wanted to get his pack and do his thing. But at the end of the day though, man, like when you into that game, I always tell y'all this, man, there always gonna be problems, man. So boom, So after we hit the joint, man, we stepped out the cell. So me and him standing in front of my joint. Like I told y'all, I be standing in front of the joint. So we standing right there, and I'm just kicking it with him. And we just having a conversation, and we talking. And I'm just like, yo, bro. I was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I said, look, you see the cell over there right across from us? He was like, what cell? I was like, that cell right there. He was like, yeah. I said, bro, I used to be in that cell, bro. I was like, for real though, bro, I got about that joint. I said, I was in the cell down there. I said, then I wanted a top tier joint. I ended up moving up here when somebody went home. I was like, but I said, bro, listen to me, bro. That joint gangland out. So when I said that, you see my roommate come out. He was like, who that right there? I said, bro, he was on such. He was like, oh, that's such as. I was like, yeah. He was like, he up here. I was like, yeah. He was like, I don't know him. I just seen him around. I was like, yeah, bro, you know, he with the red team, da-da-da-da-da. He was like, yeah. I was like, look, so what's up with your seller? He was like, I ain't really get a chance to talk to him. I don't even know his name yet. He said, because I just made my bed and just got out his way. I'm like, yeah, though. I was like, but look, though, this is what I'm telling you, though, bro. I was like, look, it's on you, though. It's up to you. I said, now, I end up moving. You know what I mean? I said, not on no scared, not on no coward stuff. I said, dude, know me. I said, the only reason I move is because I ain't part of that. I said, listen, man. They be in the cell, too many people, like, and the way it is, like, he was in there before me. So it ain't like I'm gonna come in there and poke my chest out, but like, yo, bro, stop all these people from coming over here. Now, bro is a leader. Those people look up to him. People is gonna be coming to the cell, so I'm gonna remove myself. I'm gonna be smart and remove myself. So I said, bro, that's what I did. So I said, that's up to you. You know what I mean? He was like, no, I'm gonna just find out what my roommate about. But then it is what it is from there. But he was like, yo, look, I'm trying to go to VI though, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, bro, put it together then, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't even thinking about trying to get in the car with him. I won't think about none of that yet, even though, like, I knew that could be a possibility because I know he rocked with me, man. But still, though, like, that wasn't even on my brain. So I just gave him the game, and I just expected him to take the information and do what he had to do with it. But we ended up locking down, so I guess that's when he went in the cell with the bro, you know what I mean, with the red team dude. So he was in there after he was in there the whole count while they was counting and stuff. So he was in the cell with them while they was counting. When count cleared, they came out. As they came out, I had looked. They was standing down there talking. He was kicking it. You know what I mean? They was talking. So I'm just like, yo, like, man, I just hope, you know what I mean, dude be all right. So as he say that, like, all the red team dudes pull up. You know what I mean? They start talking to both of them. So they all was talking to both of them. So I just came down the steps. When I came down the steps, I was looking. You know what I mean? I'm like, they called eye contact with me. He was like, he told him he'll be back. So he pushed off. He seen me. He was like, hey, Weezy, hey, look. You think somebody give me some fees until I go to VI? I was like, yo, bro, don't tell nobody you went to that VI. I said, you told your roommate you went to the VI? He was like, yeah, because he had smoking fees with me, man. And, you know, I was just talking, man. I said, bro, listen, don't tell nobody your business about you. You know what I mean? He was like, I know, man. Like, but still, though, Weezy, man, like, you know, like, I'm just feeling good, bro. I ain't had no la-la in a minute. Weezy, you smoked the fees, he smoked the fees. He was like, bro, I'm lit right now, Weezy. I was like, no, bro. I said, look, though, still be careful, though, bro. I'm telling you. I said, what's your selling name, man? We gonna call him Red, man. We just gonna call him Red, man. He was a light-skinned dude, you know what I mean? We just gonna call him Red. He was like, yeah, Red, man. I was like, Red. I was like, yo, where you from? He told me where he was from. Now he ain't say where he was from. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, that's what's up, you know what I mean? So he was like, yeah, though, bro, like for real, though, man. Like, I'm just trying to just, you know what I mean? Just get it situated, Weezy, man. Like, it ain't nothing like that, big bro. Like, I'm just trying to say, I know, bro, but I'm just trying to just keep you on point, bro. I was like, I know you, bro. Like, I see somebody I know from Sussex. I'm just trying to make sure they straight. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, everything gonna be straight. Everything gonna be straight. So as we talking, the dude Red was like, hey, come here, bro. Hey, come here. He was like, hold on, Weezy. He dipped. I was just standing there, you know what I mean? I ain't want to act like I was like super waiting for him, but like we was having a conversation. So I was just standing there, and he walked over there to my cell. So I'm just standing there just like, you know what I mean? I'm just standing like this. I'm like, shh. You know what I mean? They all over there huddled up talking to him, you know what I mean? So I'm like, what is he talking about? You know what I mean? So as they over there just having like a major huddled up conversation, you know what I mean? Like I'm standing by myself for the last 5-6 minutes. So I'm like, so right when I was about to peel off, I backed up. When I backed up, I bumped into Ty, my homeboy. And when I seen him, he was like, I told you, bro, about to be part of the red team, Weezy.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.